Hey, this is Mark Mori, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's 11:03 a.m. according to the computer clock on Saturday, June 29, 2013, and I just want to talk about a movie that I saw yesterday. It's This Is the End, and I originally hadn't been planning on seeing it, but I was out with my two nieces, or two of my nieces, I should say, who they happened to be visiting. They came in on Thursday evening, around 7:28 p.m. So yesterday we were out in the early afternoon, and after we had eaten at a Chinese buffet, we were gonna go home, and one of my nieces noticed the name of a movie theater that we passed by, and she started looking up the show times and stuff, and she mentioned that this movie would happen to start in 8 minutes. So they asked me if I wanted to see it. I'm like, okay, sure. So my other niece, who was driving, made a U-turn, and we went to the theater. And okay, there were some previews. First, let me talk about the previews, mostly for other dumb comedies and stuff. There was one preview for White House Down, which seems like a comedy too, kind of. And for one of the movies, I forget what it was, there was some Kmart product placement, which is pointless because that company's going to be out of business probably by the end of the year. There was someone holding one of those Kmart reusable bags. I spotted that right away. Anyway, so on to the movie itself. It's a zany, outrageous comedy. Basically, a bunch of actors are together at a housewarming party at James Franco's house. Just moved into it, apparently. And then the apocalypse happens. A bunch of people get raptured. And at first I didn't know what was going on. I thought it might be like alien abduction or something. Anyway, they're all in Franco's house, and then the ground opens up, swallow people up and stuff, and most of the party guests go down into the pit, and the few survivors kind of hole up in Franco's house. And let's see, I don't know all these guys, but there's obviously James Franco, Seth Rogen, God, what was that? Jonah Hill, and some others. Anyway, it's just hilarity, mostly like survivalist gags and the humor. Like, what if you were in this situation? But like you just it was just basically making fun of the situation. Of course, there's a lot of pot and there's some cocaine, and it's that kind of comedy. And I'm really not one to go and see comedies in the movie theater. If I even felt like watching one, I'd probably Redbox it or something. To me, movie theaters are for big, larger-than-life things like superhero films or whatever. Now, that said, I also saw Secret World of Arrietty in the theater, and I really enjoyed that. Anyway, so and I enjoyed it, and my nieces enjoyed it too, and we laughed quite a few times. There's some really hilarious gags in there. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but yeah. There's a hilarious cameo from Emma Watson. That is freaking priceless. Yeah. I was waiting for that moment. There's also a hilarious cameo from Channing Tatum near the end of the film. I'm not going to spoil the ending. I'm not going to spoil, everything that happens or whatever. Most of the action takes place in Franco's house, and it's just the guys trying to get along. They shoot some home movies, like unofficial sequels to their films and stuff like that. Anyway, the ending. Alright, I'm not gonna say, like, who survives or anything like that, but anyway, the ending, I've read people have issues with it, but really, no matter how they would have ended it, like, the final moment, everyone, there would have been people complaining no matter what they ended with, and I thought it was fine. It's just some more like outrageous, like what, like like okay, sure, why not? I enjoyed it. It's not something that I would ordinarily go and see. I'm really not much into comedies, at least not going out to see comedies, and I don't even really watch comedies on TV anymore, honestly. But anyway, yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go and see it. Just be warned that it is highly, highly offensive, and that's awesome. Okay, so it's 11:10 a.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.